I step next.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. I'm going TGIF in this bitch.
That's how we're starting this podcast.
I'm going TGIF. Are we recording?
Man, it has been depressing without Boy Meets World, but Degrassi, The Next Generation, has been filling in that gap. Do you know
Yeah.
what I actually found out? Remember how I told you it was just Degrassi on there? TGN? All of the original junior high and high school Degrassi's on it.
Like the 1986 junior high?
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. That's
You,
shit.
you need to
I
watch
grew
through
up on.
everything, dude.
That's
Like,
what I grew up on. However, it's still, I mean, it was more of a drama show, but
oh, this is plenty drama. TGN is plenty drama, man. There's rape,
Jesus.
abortion, freaking
Jesus
oh
Christ.
God, there's pregnancy, there's stabbings, there's shootings. It's a
Man,
fucked up high school.
I like Saved by the Bell, man. It's simple. You know, those are simple times. Those, like, there was none of this bullshit. You know, fucking killing each other and all that. Come on, man. Like, what is this? People are abortions?
Dude,
What the
Zach
fuck?
should have been killed for half the shit that he
Zach
did.
should have been murdered by Screech. Like, it would have been
Basically,
by Screech.
it would have
If
been.
anyone was gonna kill Zach, it would have been Screech.
Like the final episode would have been just like Screech over Zach's body and there's just blood all over him.
Screech versus everything.
I can see him screaming like a fucking Sammy Callahan promo.
Did you see? There's a con like convention going on in Philly, December like 4th, and dude, first time ever, four of the six in the same room: Zach, Slater, Jesse, and Screech. So they're patching that
Screech is
shit
gonna
up.
be there.
Well, dude, it's clearly indicating that there's gonna be an ensemble fucking tour at like Comic Con one of these days. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Screech is back in the fold, bro. It's
Crazy.
still the highest drawing independent star of AAW ever, Dustin Diamond.
Why do we have to keep admitting that?
Because until somebody breaks it, man, which I don't think can ever happen. If Matt Hardy during the Broken era couldn't break it, I mean the hottest run of his career couldn't break it, dude. What the hell? There's no hope. Who's gonna break? Who could
Yeah.
break it if they came right now? Like Kenny Omega?
I
It
don't know,
would take
man.
one of them, you know. But let's say not unsigned. Who would it take to break that record? Right? Like who could it be? Like who's got that kind of crazy buzz?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh,
Wait, why does it say there was four tapings for Impact? I'm looking on Cage Match right now. This is wrong.
there was three. Oh no! Remember they're counting those two darks from Bound for Glory for the Access
No, no, no. I'm not talking about that one, but that
coming up.
no, because they go from Impact Wrestling 793 to TV taping and then 794. But there wasn't five TV tapings. There was four. I literally worked it. They were all. This is so wrong. Oh, those were dark matches and shit. I don't. This is all wrong. Well, because I'm trying to see if I'm going to be shooting episode 800, but apparently episode 800 is going to be shot in Canada.
Windsor.
Yeah.
Windsor taping is looking pretty decent. They got pretty much the whole crew from Bound for Glory is going to be at that.
Yeah, dude, they're already there.
Yeah, no, they're already chilling. They're already doing a bunch of shit. Yeah, it looks good. It's gonna be good. Well, they're going balls out with Access, you know. So,
Yeah.
uh, I did like the rematch that happened. It's got set up for Sammy. Thought that was interesting. I mean, you could tell if like people in the know, obviously, you know when that was taped, right?
For
Like,
what?
did you see the Access show on
Yeah, I can't speak on any of that stuff.
Well, they basically showed Sammy get the rematch coming up for Windsor.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like they taped it. They taped those segments when they were out at Access's headquarters for like that scrum that they did. That big
What do
like
you mean? Whatever do you mean? That was taped on Tuesday.
shut the fuck up. Like, come on, man. We're both involved here.
I
Part of
know.
the family.
Trust me, man. I knew about the results for Bound for Glory for like 2 weeks.
you know what? I love that I didn't know anything going in, and I
Yeah,
loved
why
being
would I
shocked.
tell you any of that stuff you
I'm
like to
glad.
watch?
I'm glad because, especially for Bound for Glory, I was like, there was that utter shock when Sammy lost. Like, wait, what? I
You,
was like, what the fuck?
dude, you know I'm a good brother when it comes to spoilers.
Yeah, I hate spoilers. That was good. It was nice to be surprised. You don't get that much. So it
Yeah.
was I enjoyed that. I enjoyed being surprised legitimately like, what? Plus I watched it with all the heavy guys and like, they didn't know. They didn't know too much context. So they were purely enjoying the matches for what they were.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's pretty cool. Um so no, it was fun to just be shocked. But no, it's good for Sammy and like it's gonna be I mean, obviously, I feel, you know what, I felt right away. Initially, I was like, oh man, I really wanted Sammy to have that moment, but I thought that, and I subconsciously felt this too, and this was me just because I lost myself into being a fan instead of just critically watching the show as a work, as somebody who works in it. I was like, oh, dude, that win really. It really reestablished Cage a little bit. Like after like kind of a rough title reign, I was like, man, that was a good fucking win.
Yeah.
Like that made him look solid to me. And yeah, like I said, I kind of lost myself in it. I wasn't looking at it like a fan. I mean, like a producer. I was looking at it like, oh man, it really was like he looked good in that fucking match. So he came out strong. He needed that win, man. Because I was thinking about it. I was like, man, this dude's had a rocky fucking title reign. But this win was good.
It
As
was a much needed win for Cage's title reign.
because now all I think about is he went over on Elgin and he went over on Sammy the last two like pay-per-view defenses. And I'm like, that looks good.
Yeah.
That's a good little cluster. But because Rebellion to Slamversary is a very rough 2 months.
Oh,
Like horrible.
it wasn't in general, it wasn't the best for Impact period, in my opinion.
Ooh, tough to work around. Very
It
tough to work around.
it was very there were so many changes that had to happen, and then like I even felt like this last month stretch for Impact wasn't the best build up for Bound for Glory.
A lot of people said that. Yeah, that wasn't like they didn't make a big enough of a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
And I agree. I
But
think
I
when it
feel like that's just like the drawback of the booking a month of shows in 2 days, and then it's being a month out, and then anything can change. And it's like it's not like with WWE or AEW. If there's an injury that happens, you can change things on a dime.
yeah, and you have to. And
Like you really can't with Impact because if an injury happens after the tapings,
yep,
but in the middle while the tapings are airing.
right. That's true. I think yeah, they're a victim of that, which is a little rough, to work around. But the thing is, I still say, from a producer's eye, right? I think if you have to do that, then utilize the power of social media and power of like video,
Yeah.
because then just be like, all right, well, we're gonna have a crew or contract like the local guy, you have, because like if it's Chicago or Midwest, they can talk to you or Rob or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's people around in different regions that they work with, and it's like utilize local guy, get a production, get production to them, and film something, to further or change the direction. You have to, otherwise you get stuck in one thing, and you're like, well, I got to see it through because we're stuck in this now.
Yeah, I
Now,
agree.
so yeah, I'd like to see them do that more if that ever happens again, or just in general do it more. You know, guys like a guy like Sammy, for example, he's got resources with his company. So like yo, get your crew and film this. Do something. So I'd like to see that, but no, it was not as big of a build as I'd liked, but I'm glad that the last week of shows, the last 2 weeks with the wedding, that episode and the following, I think kind of drove it home, which was nice. They needed that. Otherwise, it was like, man, you guys really kind of relied on the sellout, which good for them. Like they sold a good house, but it was like still you should always make a big deal out. It. That's one thing I'll definitely admire WWE for is that they can make the most like minuscule thing feel like a huge deal because it's theirs. And they've always done that. Like Vince can make the most mundane thing feel like the most important thing
Yep.
because it's like it's in the universe. It's like only thing that matters is our universe. So in our universe, this is fucking important, even though it doesn't mean it might not be a big angle, but that's the thing. You got to like just give importance to everything.
Yep.
I agree. Are we recording?
Yes, we've been recording for 10 minutes.
I don't get the notification anymore, man.
I told you we're recording.
You used to tell me.
I said this is how we started off the podcast.
But until I see the warning, the legal warning.
Well, can you just do the intro? We're 10 minutes in. Unless we're
I guess
restarting this.
No, we should do it open. We should do an open. But so we should open the door and say, welcome back, everybody, to the Backstage Boys podcast, episode number 50. This is Trent, along my co-host,
Basil.
And we are here for episode number 50 to break down the busy Impact Wrestling weekend. Prelude to Glory, All Glory, Bound for Glory, lots of glory, glory hole, you name it. A lot went on here. And then Basil's post-glory weekend work that he had to do with editing more photos than he ever wanted to look at in his life. Basil, how many muscular wrestler bodies have you looked at in the last 5 days?
In
HD.
How many? In HD. All of them?
All of them.
I don't know. There was easily edited. There was 1,200 pictures of just edited pictures.
Cheese and rice, as you say.
Yeah, and that's just edited.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of goddamn photos, but worth it. Worth it. People love BZ photos. They're floating around everywhere, man. You got those out there, and the whole damn crew is sharing pictures all over the place. It's going well. It's going well. The pictures were very nice. I thought your pictures from the other shows looked really, really nice. Like you're always, I mean, bourbon is your spot. You know how to shoot bourbon really well. How did Prelude to Glory come out? Photo.
Came out really good. Go look at them real quick.
From your point, I'm asking from your point of view.
It was an easy building. It was an easy show to shoot. It was beautiful building. The lighting was decent for like a semi indie, semi professional feel. It wasn't like the full Impact lighting.
Right.
But for what I had, it was, I mean, it worked out really well. I mean, the less I have to do to a photo, the better.
Yeah, so, yeah, I imagine.
Because, I mean, I was editing. That was the first show, obviously, I got done. Because I like to do things in chronological order.
Mm-hmm.
But I was editing that Saturday night before, or Saturday morning before I went out to All Glory. I finished those.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, I woke up at like 9 in the morning and just wanted to crank them out. So I finished that.
What's your average per show total, like photos?
It really depends.
What's a healthy number?
300.
300. So
yeah, because everybody likes. I mean, everybody wants. There's entrances, which can take anywhere from 1 to 3 per person, depending on how cool the entrance is.
Like 20 photos per match is what.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do. Impact wants me to do less, but whatever Josh Matthews says, I try to just ruin
it. I would imagine they'd want more. I'm surprised they want less.
No, do you know? I mean, they've been the issue is they've dealt with photographers that don't know how to limit the pictures they get. So like, I'm good at giving them stuff that is decent.
Yeah.
So I've never been, because when I got there, the photographers they dealt with before would just literally just give them every single photo they took.
Unedited or edited?
I don't know. They could have been edited. They could not have been. I don't know.
Do you have access to like the old?
Yeah, I have access to everything.
Do you see a lot of crap in there? Like
shit, I see so much bad stuff.
Now, who was
I'm not gonna name names.
So in Orlando, though, right?
Orlando was Lee South.
Because Lee was good. Orlando, I thought was good.
He was fantastic. He's AEW's ringside photographer.
Oh, is he really? Yeah, Lee was good. Like Lee was theirs for a long time, and he did like that's why like Orlando always looked okay. Impact Zone, obviously, the lighting was really nice too. That helps. But but I always felt Impact Zone looked nice. Their house shows hurt, but pay-per-views are okay, depending on who they had. Usually Lee did travel with them for a long time. I remember that too. Because he became like, he started doing photos, like specialty shoots and all those like theme shoots he would do for a long time.
Yeah, he did a lot of those like special shoots, but when you're in Orlando, I mean, you can keep your setup there. It's
Yeah,
not a traveling thing. It's a lot easier to manage. Plus you had like dedicated space and all that stuff, so
yeah.
um but whatchamacallit. So yeah, this weekend wasn't bad with the lighting everywhere. Wasn't I wasn't honestly a big fan of the entrance lighting at Bound for Glory. I felt like it was dark.
The entrance lighting, like the ramp and everything.
Yeah, even you can even watch the video.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
and I was just like, because I noticed that when I had to take VIP photos, I was like, "Can you guys turn on the lights?" They're like, "They are on." I was like, "Son of a bitch."
I
I
was
go,
shocked that because during like warm up and like pre takes and everything like that, when we go at the arena early, you were in the back, but I was like out on the floor and they were kind of checking the ring and going over things. It was brighter than I felt. So I don't know if I thought I was like, man, did they
well,
turn
because all
lights
the
down?
house lights were on.
Yeah, yeah, that made a
I
difference.
mean, I saw it when all the house lights are on, but they always turn the crowd lights off because
Yeah,
you don't want the fans aren't the stars.
true.
So,
Very true. Very true. It was
but yeah,
no, you're right. You're right. The house lights were on.
in-ring lighting was good. When you got to the outside of the ring, it got dark.
Yeah, you're
Um,
right.
which I mean, whatever. It is what it is.
Right.
Um, but I made it work. I feel like I was happy with how it came out. I'm able to edit and make stuff look good. So
These came out good. Prelude. I'm looking at your Prelude Glory right now. They look
Prelude,
they
yeah,
get
Prelude was fun. Prelude was not bad.
like all Glory looks really sweet though. Just because bourbon is
It's
amazing.
bourbon. I mean, I
Oh,
wasn't a
so
fan of the
good.
red lighting in the background, but whatever.
Yeah, but man, bourbon does look good though. Fuck.
I'll take just solid white lights over
Mm.
anything any day.
So, I'm surprised you did not go to the after party. You probably are
Which
tired.
after party?
After Bound for Glory.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't do after parties.
You don't do after parties?
I
Too
didn't do
good.
after party in Vegas. I was invited to go to I was like, no, I'm going to my bed. I'm going to my bed. I'm gonna smoke up, relax, go to my bed, chill
Yeah.
out. That's what I did. That's the fun stuff I get to do. 'Cause I also edit and stuff when I go back to the hotel when I'm out of town. But
Yeah.
like this was fantastic. Bound for Glory was 10 minutes down the street.
Dude, it was right by your house.
Oh my God, it was beautiful.
I did hang out at the after party for a bit. I hung out. Pat Monix was there. Talked to him for a long time.
Yeah.
That's who I talked to about character presentation,
Where was
differentiating
the
it
after party at?
at Chasers in right near O'Hare, the other side of
Oh,
O'Hare.
yeah, see, that's too far of a drive for me. I just want to go home.
I took Irving Park all the way back and I hit up Eric Tompkins and he's like, "Yo, we're at Chasers." I'm like, "Shit, I'm gonna pass in like 2 minutes." So I stopped off. But now it's cool. You know, everybody's chilling. AC was there. I'm like, "How you feeling?" He was sore as fuck. I was like, "I
Well,
bet."
yeah, a fucking ladder came crashing down on him after he went through that table. Dude, I was never so shocked in my life.
Oh,
Like,
I thought he was dead. I'm like,
oh
he's
my
done.
God. I was like, okay, whatever, table spot. And then the ladder came out of nowhere, and I'm
Oh,
asking all the fans. I was like, did it hit anybody? They're like, no. I was like, thank God.
oh my God, dude. I thought I'm like for sure it nailed the front row. It
It
was,
was very close because people stood up to see AC crash down.
dude. It was wicked. All the HEMI boys freaked out. It's so adorable to see how uh this affinity all of a sudden that like Tim, Sean, and Gup felt for AC because they're like, we were on stage when he was getting signed, man. We like essentially celebrated afterwards. We played the music. I was like, yeah, we did actually. I mean, they were like so into his performance at Bound for Glory. I was like, this is pretty cool. Like, like it just what links people to wrestling sometimes is funny. Like they're always gonna remember Ace Romero, and he was essentially an unknown. You know what I mean? To these
Yeah.
guys. I thought that was fun. But yeah, man, let's kick back. We kind of jumped through all three shows, but Prelude was cool. We drove together to South Bend. I really, really love the venue, man. Palace Royale, very, very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, no, fantastic venue that I tried to get so many ceiling shots of.
Oh, for sure, for
Like I
sure, you
shot
have to.
so upward on so many shots on purpose just to get that ceiling in the background.
Can you please post that Rob Van Dam photo?
I am. I'm planning on it. Trust, dude, I have a method. You know I have a method in my madness.
I know it's amazing though. Everybody was really relaxed. The walk up was fantastic. It was a great Friday night show. It had such a great Friday night vibe. I helped with merch. I worked merch. I Don Wested the merchandise. I worked with Tyler. I don't know, Tyler Edwards, is that his last name? I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, Tyler Edwards.
He works with BLP and stuff like that. He's a nice, super nice guy. But I offered to help with merch because I got that. I did that for AAW before. I know how to up
Dude,
some
and he
merch
was
game.
bombarded. I'm glad that you helped him.
Oh, dude, first night, like we didn't have time to because that was the first night that everything arrived, and you didn't have time to sort out everything. One thing that sucked is that the programs and photo packs didn't arrive, and a lot of people wanted those. And I was like, fuck, that was such missed opportunities. But sold a lot of shirts, which was nice. I helped move a lot of shirts, and we got a lot out there. So that was cool. But yeah, we needed to. It was such a huge merch table. You needed two people. They shipped everything, which, again, this is what I highly emphasize. If you're a national company, you have that much merch, it should be at every show because I saw the fact that it was just there. People came up for one thing, it didn't have their size. They wanted to go home with something, fucking anything.
Well, yeah, because it's South Bend, Indiana.
Well, it's in general, you know what I mean? People just want something. They want to buy something, man, you
They
know?
want something to remember the event by.
That's the thing. So, like, you got to get, people bought shit that was we in the box, we came across a bunch of Johnny Impact glasses. Like, there was 10 left. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to put these out, right? Just put them out. Who gives a shit? We put them out. All gone. All 10. Boom. Sold in South Bend.
There you go.
Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, just put them out. Who gives a
Doesn't
fuck?
hurt.
Doesn't hurt at all. That's what I'm saying. Like, and so it still bothers me so much that they didn't have merch in Philly because
Bro,
Philly,
I don't even want to talk about that. I don't want to
so
talk about
ridiculous.
that.
So
I'm literally,
because
I
people
literally
like
don't want to talk about.
so stupid. People like the logo. Like Philly especially was huge on ECW logo shirts. You could have just pumped them full of Impact logo T-shirts. They would have bought them. People just want shit. That's what they want. They want to buy something, and it's fun to have merchandise. So yeah, you've proven. Bound for Glory weekend, every venue had a shit ton of merch, and they sold a shit ton of merch. I'm big on branding, man. Like to me, it's good. Branding is very important. Little things too, like ring skirts, turnbuckles, T-shirts, flyers. You should have stickers, things. I mean, all that kind of stuff really, really goes a long way. So good for them on that. But yeah, dude, South Bend was a lot of fun. We made it back nice and safe. It was good. Everyone was so laid back in South Bend, huh? Like super chill,
Yeah.
which I liked. I think everybody was in such a good mood. I think it was the kickoff to Bound for Glory weekend. It's a big weekend for everybody. Everybody's in a good mood on Bound for Glory. So
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about some matches.
yeah, good.
I really, 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 really liked Sammy versus Dez.
Dude, what a sleeper hit.
Oh my God. That match was announced like the day before too.
Everybody was like, you even say you're like Sammy and Dez makes no sense.
I mean, I knew it would be a good match, but I was like, okay.
Like, what's the context? You're
Yeah,
like,
it was just
yeah,
a fantastic match.
yeah,
Dez did I mean, Dez
always.
always comes clutch.
Both of them, man, are just they know how to go. Like, yeah, Dez look great. He's taking
Yeah.
a lot more. He's taking a lot more bookings without the Rascals lately. You see that?
Well, because he lives
He
lives
lives in Florida.
he lives
Yeah,
in Florida, so
true.
um his schedule sometimes is different than everybody else's. Because
Yeah,
everybody does take singles bookings. So if they aren't there, he's gonna work singles because that's what he was before.
right, right.
He was an established singles wrestler. I mean, he won the Super X Cup.
That's true. He did. That's
So
true. During
I
that
remember
lost
that.
era,
See, I
I
always
was
paid
there.
attention. I always paid it. See, you were there.
I was there live when he won it.
That was
That was
Orlando.
Orlando. That was the Impact Zone. Rest in peace.
Never went there, sadly.
I still think it's so ridiculous that there's like a group of Impact Zone, like there were regulars, like every show regulars, who literally turned on the product because they stopped coming to Orlando. They're like, you fucking forgot about your fans. It's like, you
You guys
motherfuckers
never
had this.
paid.
You had it free for how long? And are you seriously gonna make a big deal about this?
Dude, it was like those fans remind me of the NXT fans at Full Sail who got mad when they started moving takeovers to like venues.
Really?
Because they don't do takeovers at Full Sail anymore. They do all the takeovers at in venues
Yeah,
now.
right. Is
And
Full Sail free for students or something?
it's like super I believe it's free for students or something, or it's like super cheap, like
Like
$10.
5 or 10 bucks? Yeah,
Yeah, and then if you're like outside it's like $20. It's something stupid cheap.
yeah.
And I remember Kevin Owens talked about the first takeover in Brooklyn,
Hmm.
and fans were booing every time that anybody mentioned Brooklyn. And
Come
and
on.
Kevin literally called out the fans like on TV. He's like, "You guys are ungrateful. You're so mad that we're trying to do something better for ourselves because you guys just want this for yourselves. Like you
God.
don't care about us."
These
Like, and I
fucking
was like,
some of
ripping
these
his face in.
fans, man.
I was like, yeah, I'm like, you guys get everything already. Who cares if you can't see one thing live? Like,
Terrible.
the shame that hey, 15 other thousand people want to watch this show live at the same time too. It's like, chill the fuck out.
The worst kind of marks. The worst entitled
Yeah.
marks. Um, so that was good. No, that was a fun. Is there any other matches that stuck out to you?
Eddie and Ace's blow
Yeah.
off essentially.
Well, they got another one coming up on TV in
They
the
have
winter
another
now.
man. Those two are destined. Those two are like destined to wrestle each other
It's a
forever.
blood feud, man. That's what it's turning into.
But no, that
That
was a fun. It was like a fun no DQ hardcore style match.
long match too. I was like,
It
damn,
was
they're really beating the fuck out of each other.
yeah. I was like going through the pictures. I was like, I have a shit ton of pictures for this match. I was like, God damn, I gotta like, and that's like that becomes the hard part is when there's a long match and you can't give it like I can't just put out as many pictures as I want because I gotta remember this is TV.
Hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I gotta be a little bit more reserved.
True. And there was a lot. Like it was I can imagine because just how long it was. That thing fucking took forever, I bet,
Yeah.
to go through picture wise.
Oh yeah. So
Nice. Nice. Yeah. What else? There was the main was good. Marufuji, was it
Marufuji, RVD, and
Rhino?
Rhino against the North and Michael Elgin.
Dude, I love the Nordis theme song. It's just something about it like is very like evil when they walk out, especially.
I just love the North.
I love the North.
I'm very biased, and I
I'm
don't
glad
care.
I'm glad they retained because they really established them further. I think that was good. I really thought there was gonna be a title change. Really was thinking they're gonna put RVD and Rhino over for the locals. Just
They
because
they did win.
who?
It was a 6-man, dude. It wasn't a tag title match.
What are you talking about? No, I'm talking about Bound for Glory.
Oh,
Sorry.
Bound for Glory. I was like, wait. I'm like, wait, what?
No, no, BFG. BFG. I was
Oh
they.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No.
Whatchamacallit with with all that, I was like telling Ethan today, I was like, um, if you're still tag champs by the TNA show that happens at Mania weekend,
Yeah.
you should everybody should switch out their titles for
To the
for the
old
for the
TNA
for the old
belts.
school titles, yeah. Because
They
I loved the TNA tag titles. Those were
they
one of
were
my
good.
favorite those were the like there's it's crazy because I'm not like you know me, I'm not like the biggest fan. Like I appreciate tag team wrestling. Um when it's done really well, I get into it.
Yeah.
But there's like certain tag titles, like ROH's old school tag titles. Amazing. The
Yeah.
Wildcat ones,
I like those. Yep.
those were good. Those TNA tag titles, I always associate those titles with Beer Money.
Beer Money. That's the first team I think of is Beer Money.
Yeah, Beer Money with those tag titles. I love those tag titles so
Yeah,
much.
I'm with you on that. Those are beautiful belts. I wonder where they are. I wonder who has all those. You know,
I
like
would hope Impact still has them.
yeah. I'm like, where do they keep them though? You know what I mean? Where do they stay?
I'm sure there's a warehouse somewhere.
I thought maybe Dixie has them.
Oh God.
You know, maybe she's got them. Like
5% owner of my paycheck is
the
has blocked me.
the 5% is the belt ownership. That's what it.
5%.
That's what it is.
Technically, one of my bosses blocked me.
Dixie
Technically,
Block.
she has no say in what I do.
Dixie Carter owns the belts. That's the. I'm telling you, that's the 5%.
Yeah,
She gets to keep the
I highly
belts.
doubt it. But that would be sick if they can get if all the wrestlers on that show can come out with the old school belts.
I think that'd be really cool because there's how many X Division belts too. That'd
Oh
be
my
fun.
God, the only X Division belt I want to see is
The
the
old X,
NWA TNA one. That's the only one I want to see.
like the huge red X one.
God, I hated the Intercontinental version. That
God,
was just god awful.
hold on. I'm gonna pull up a photo of
You know
all.
which one I'm talking about. I wasn't like all like the TNA X Division titles were so.
Well, there was some. Hang on. I like the one with like that weird X, like the Super X X. That one was
Uh,
good. The second
uh,
one. The second one.
I think of whatchamacallit, Chris
Sabin.
Sabin.
He was working agent, huh? At Bound for
He
Glory, I
was,
saw.
yeah, and it was great that we saw each other and we just had because we like I like I always talk to these wrestlers about like, man, I knew you when I was like 10 and I met you and shit like that.
I gotta say though, bro, the current one looks fucking badass. I
Oh
really
no,
like the current one a lot.
the current one is easily the best version, but
I think it is the best
I'm
version.
talking about that when I'm talking about that
I'm
really
looking at all.
long one that even went into the GFW or the
Yeah,
GFW. Oh,
they made it green in the GFW. It's the same belt. They made it green then. Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
well, and then this current version is basically the same one as the GFW actual one that happened, but they put the Impact plate on it. And then when they redid all the titles, um,
And they put the
when they
owl in it and
redid all the
everything.
titles, they really they essentially kept the same design
It
with
is
that
nice
one.
though. I like it. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm a big fan of that
It's
one.
pretty. It's really pretty. The one I always think of is the second version, which had the long like the rectangular X that had the
Hmm.
like the long points. That one was cool. But yeah, the old school one. Now, if this is the original belt I'm looking at, man, the X is like has some chips. It's got some more. It's got some more damage, man, from years of
Yeah, I'm looking at the
match.
picture that you're looking at right now.
It's got a little some paint chips in the X. Like
Well,
that's some.
I'm sure it's been through some phases, and they had a couple
Oh,
different versions.
you're talking about fucking Nashville days? Yeah, definitely.
But you know that title, I want to see that title. But yeah, no,
That'd
the
be
current
cool
one
as
is
hell.
definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I would say easily the current one is my favorite
Actually,
too.
the current one is in my opinion my favorite out of all the current championships.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. It looks nice, really nice. It's got a good plate. It's got a good layout. Actually, it's a
It's
very
got
pretty
good
belt.
heft to it too.
Yeah, it's a very pretty belt, man. Very pretty belt. Um, it's fun. It's fun to like look at belt history. And like I say, you wonder who has them. You know, like where is the old one sitting? So fun.
Now which TNA world champion? Like, do we do the Kurt Angle one with the wings, or do you do what I call the Bobby Roode era one with?
The big old the huge plate one with the
Well, there was yeah, there's like there's like the winged eagle version.
that's
They
the
had
first one. Oh
that,
07.
yeah, and then there was two different versions of like the big nameplate, I thought.
Let me see.
Or is there only one version of that one?
I think it was like one version of that one.
Okay. It went through a couple different like looks maybe.
I thought
But
the
that one
only
had the TNA one had the silver TNA writing. Yeah, that one.
right. I'm pulling it up right now. Might as well start getting these replicas, man. Not that I'm a big belt guy, but
I have a friend who's a huge belt guy.
Is his name
No,
Mike Hill?
no. This one's chill.
Let's see here. This one only has one picture on Wikipedia. That's the
Yeah,
bottom one. See, that belt is pretty though. It looked like a real heavyweight champion, you know?
yeah, that was a solid belt.
That was
But the
it
problem with the wing
heavy.
eagle is that the eagle wings parts would always chip and always break off.
I heard it would poke guys in the stomach too. Um, the current one is nice. It's got that rounded. It like goes. It's nice if worn around your waist.
It's a weird, yeah. It's meant for just around the waist because it's curved,
It's curved, right?
which I don't know if I like it.
If you're strictly wearing it around your waist, that's great.
Yeah, but the problem is you had like wrestlers like John Morrison who never wore it around his waist.
Yeah,
Cage likes to wear it around his waist.
Cage does. Yeah, I'm looking all on Google Images right now.
Cage
Oh,
likes to
okay.
wear it around his waist.
You're right. There was a slight variation
There
to,
was.
to the Bobby Roode one.
I knew I wasn't
So,
like,
so there's a shiny finish and then like a matte finish one.
yeah.
Interesting.
There was
Because
two
there,
different. I remember there was two different versions.
so the
Title
shiny,
belts, I always remember like variations and
so
shit with.
so the variation is this. So there's one that's like it's a full everything, even the lettering is all one flat color. The
Yeah.
other one, the plate's gold and the lettering is silver. Oh,
Hmm.
that's interesting. Wow. See, I wonder what both of those are. There's the eagle. Well, actually, I don't see the wings hanging out off of that eagle one.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
on the first version, yeah.
The first version, it stuck out, and then they changed it to bring it inwards more.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
Yeah,
We can agree
because
that the GFW plate over Eli Drake version was terrible. I feel so bad that Eli had to deal with that one. That's the one
like
he got next.
in the GFW title wasn't a bad looking title.
No, but just plating it over though was like, come
Ugh.
on, guys. You were better off bringing out the full fucking belt at least and just giving
I
him that.
remember I remember when Aries brought it to Zello, and I looked at it. I was like, this thing looks like a piece of shit.
Actually,
Because they just had to put I mean, they had the title. The company was like that for like a month.
yeah, the
God,
the Jeff Hardy belt was probably the worst. Let's go with
Jeff
that.
Jeff Hardy one was pretty bad, and
The
then
face.
the
Oh
tag,
my.
but the tag title belts, man.
Yeah, let me pull those. I want to look at those again. I remember them, but man, those were nice.
That one did not go through that one did not go
That one
through.
stayed pretty consistent.
It was literally just NWA title,
Hmm.
tag titles, and then it changed, and then those stayed until the GFW titles,
Yeah,
and then
it had
the
a
current
nice
versions,
belt.
the current oval versions.
Very, very pretty belt. I
That one,
really liked it
yeah. So there's only four variations of the tag title in
in
TNA Impact
history.
history.
Yeah, in 17 years. Wow, that's it. Yeah.
Technically, NWA titles don't count, but still,
Hmm.
NWA, TNA, GFW, Impact.
Yeah.
They literally only changed those titles when the company changed.
The main one stayed for a while, like that one you like.
Hmm.
The let's say it's called the beer money one. That one stayed for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a great belt, man. That was a really nice design.
We don't talk about the Impact Tag Team Knockouts Tag Team Champions.
I'm looking. It's in here right now. There's a photo of it. The red
Horrible.
one.
I hate colored straps like that.
Oh my God, you must have hated the 90s in WWF.
Oh, it was awful.
The Intercontinental belt literally just became like, what color are we feeling this
It was
week?
whatever Warrior was wearing that day.
Yeah,
But I like the white strap the best.
Shawn Michaels version.
The one that Cody introduced. Yeah. The current
Shawn
version
had
that
Shawn had the white
Shawn
strap.
had the white one, and then Cody introduced the white one back.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, man. They've got some nice belts. These are pretty. The tag one's pretty though. I like it. Interesting. Belt history's fun. Yeah, they should bring that, dude. They gotta get these belts if they're going for a throwback show. I mean, come on. It'd be fun to see who they get for it too. I'd be very curious. Did you see what I wrote to Ethan? Because he's like, "Who do you want to see?" I'm gonna bother
oh
Scott
yeah, yeah,
more.
yeah. I saw that.
I said, bring me Sonny
Sonny
Siaki
Sakai.
versus Sonny Siaki versus anybody with Slick Johnson refereeing. I'll buy you a steak.
Yeah. God, when Cody won the GFW Next Gen Championship.
Oh my God, GFW belts, fucking terrible. Are they on here? Just for
Hey, you
context.
can look it up. The tag titles were awful.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm seeing with the big ass
But
bird on it
I did like their world title though. I was a fan of the world title.
before they plated it over. Let's see. Yeah, the world title's not bad. It had the global kind of feel to it. Women's title was whatever. Next gen champ. They all had the three belts.
Well, the current never mind. I was thinking about the current women's title takes a few cues from it, but not much.
Yeah, few, not much. Yeah, the world title was nice. It had a very circular design. Had a lot of globes. It wasn't bad. Um, but man, it looked so beat up when Aries brought it. Remember?
Oh yeah.
It looked so
Well,
like
because that was the only version of the title they had, and that was already like 3 or 4 years old at that point.
yeah, defended 3 or 4 times in 4 years. Fucking GFW, man. So cool, man. That was Prelude. All Glory. Let's get to All Glory. That was All Glory had a lot of cooks in the kitchen, so there was a lot to manage. Some scheduling was really all over the place, but for the
Dude, the
most part,
scheduling, we had like a scheduling sheet and none of it was followed.
none of it got found. I was supposed to play. HEMI was supposed to play at 9 o'clock on the website. Written 9 p.m. Went out like 10:15 because they decided to just do all the matches instead of an intermission and then have us play. But then before we played, they surprised Ace Romero with a contract.
Yep.
And then I was like, wait, what's going on here? So that was all over the place, man. That was a very interesting night. Um,
Yes, sir.
but it was cool. It was still I very proud moment for me to perform. Huge feedback when the roster starts sending you messages. That is the most humbling thing to me. That's to me what got me was that dude, like the first guy to reach out was Johnny Bravo. Like I literally packed up my card and it was Bravo texted and he was like, dude, I had to run out as soon as you were done, but you guys are incredible. You totally killed it.
Dude,
And I was like, man,
I've been loving Bravo lately.
he is such a good guy. He's a nice dude, you know. Like just not to kill his gimmick here, but the guy is a great guy.
He
I
good
love Johnny
people.
Brown. He's good people. He's one of those guys. He does a little bit of everything at the company. You know, he's a man of many roles out there. Like he takes
Yeah,
care of a lot of
he
shit.
helps produce um backstage like during like with like cameras cuts and stuff like that, and then goes out with Taya. So
And I think he even helps a lot some of the referees. I think he assigns referees too.
no, yeah, he does.
So like dude, he does so much. He helps with coordinating travel, like getting people getting picked up, making sure they're all picked up at the arena.
Speaking of referees, there's two
Ah,
referees that we need to talk about.
yes, we do. It starts at Prelude. Let's backtrack to that.
Prelude, we got to see our buddy Nate Speckman, ZMT boy over here, make his Impact debut.
Dude, honestly, it was my favorite part of Prelude
I
because
loved it.
Nate's goal was to do an Impact show before the end of the year, and strictly an Impact, not a partner show. He said, "I want to do an Impact show." Well, that was South Bend was an Impact show, and he had 3 matches, right?
He had
3 or
three
4.
matches, and then he also did another three the next day at All Glory.
Phenomenal. I
How
mean, Nate,
crazy it is
crazy.
that we all got to debut at Impact this year.
I know, dude. It's so cool. What a cool. It's been a hell of a year. We
I,
all set the goal too. That was it. We all set that same goal.
man, I remember, man, I just want to shoot the Mania show.
And yeah, I mean, we all set the goal this year. That was it,
Dude,
and that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
it's fantastic just to surround yourself with hungry people.
It helps, man, and also it's it's being consistent. You're a great example of that. The consistency is the big thing because I see that at Impact. They really appreciate consistency. Like they were in such a rebuilding stage. They were trying to see who can we trust, who do we allow on this team, who's going to be beneficial to this team, and consistency is what proves that. And man, I mean, like they reward that, and I appreciated that very much. They were really cool. It's a good team who needs and wants to deal with good people.
Yep.
And dude, yeah, we did it, man. Dude, I was so proud of Nate though, man. He looked awesome up there. He did good. He did good at the show. It wasn't like he didn't look nervous. He didn't look like like he didn't belong. He looked like he belonged. He was a solid referee, and he had some decent matches too. He got some pretty decent matches that he got to referee.
Yeah.
Star power in there. So, hey, sooner or later, I'm telling you, I think Nate is good for TV. I think Nate could fit into TV right now. He has a good refereeing style. He's a believable ref. I'm not just saying that. I really do feel like he's a believable ref.
No, I love Nate as a ref.
Yeah, he's good. He is really good. He's working hard too, man. He's a hardworking guy. So, only good things for Nate. So yeah, man. But no, that was cool. Who was the other ref? You said there was two.
And then we got to see Stifler make his return.
That's right. Stiffs back home where he belongs. That was cool, huh? Was it just Chicago?
Yeah, it was just Chicago.
Okay.
Because I mean, Bravo can't be a ref, so you only had Tully and Kid Ref, and then Nate also was invited to Windsor on Tuesday for the Noah tryout, which was an invite only. It wasn't a paid one.
Mm-hmm.
It was an invite only one. So I'm very happy for Nate.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. That is really cool. Did Pizza Tie ref at the show?
He did not ref Bound for Glory.
Yeah, Bound for Glory. He was
He
helping out.
refed Prelude.
That's right. I got to meet him. I went back to the venue. I got to meet Pizza Tie, and nice guy. I forgot his real name though.
No, I don't remember his.
He had me on Facebook that I totally forgot his real name. But I'm like, oh, it's Pizza
He has
Tie.
me on Facebook too. But hold on, let me see.
Is it Brandon?
Yep, Pizza
Pizza
Pizza Tie.
He
Ben.
Ben. It was the B. Nice guy. He was kind of on site. I remember he was the last one to leave the arena on Bound for Glory. He was kind of just making sure everybody got everything, coordinating rides and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but Nate was timekeeping, huh? At Bound for Glory. Speaking of Nate, or he's Bell.
Nate was. I think it was Bell. Or he was like, I don't know. He was there. He was by my
ringside
side.
with a 3-piece suit on, baby. He looked good.
He was there for emotional support.
Oh man, but no. So All Glory though, definitely a little scheduled, but it was a fun party though. I did enjoy it. It was like stars were all there. Everybody was really laid back. I love shows like that because all the unsigned talent gave a 2010% to prove themselves in that show because they knew everybody was watching, man. Everybody was there. So pretty cool. Pretty cool to see a lot of guys really busted out. Some familiar faces, we saw actually a lot of familiar faces to you. Some to me that AEW guys, the Gringo was there and Pat and Lander, but bunch of random, Larry D, AC, quite a few. But it was fun. Fans looked happy. Everybody had a good time, and they got to play. Had a good time too. That was an accomplishment to be under the banner just once. Just once. I still say, well, it's not me. Like some of the roster was saying, like, why didn't you have you guys play at the pay-per-view? I was like, you tell them. Go tell them right now. Gear's right here, baby.
Pay-per-view isn't time for any of that stuff.
Pre-show, yeah, a little time.
You got your own stage, and plus, I mean, pay-per-view was. The thing is, you had the pre-show was already delayed. Technically, didn't start on time, and then you had the 2 matches for the This Is Impact special. Plus, you had 8 more matches that were on the live show.
Yeah,
a lot
going on.
Pay-per-view is all about the wrestling.
That's
All the
true.
storylines come to an end. Everything's about the wrestling when it comes to pay-per-views.
When we were sound checking, I saw Sammy checking us out, and I was like, "Damn, Sammy's watching." And I'm like, "I gotta impress Sammy," because I respect Sammy a lot, man. And I was like, "Gotta kill it on the sound check." And he came up to me afterwards, like, "You guys want to play? You guys want to do WrestleMania weekend?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" He's like, he's like, so he offered. We were gonna talk a little bit more, but he said that he liked what we had, and he's like, "Why don't you guys play out everybody at Pancakes and Pile Drivers?" It's like, "Why don't you just play everybody out? Original music, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's all original. Play everybody out.
There you
Snippets,
go, dude.
minute each." So I was like, "Shit,
I've been at every single pancakes and pile drivers. It'd be good to see you there.
yeah." So we'll talk. I'm gonna talk to Sammy about it, see what he has in mind. Um, Obviously, Florida, getting the gear down there, what's covered, what's not. We'll see. The guys seem very interested. It's nice. It's April, right? We got time. So definitely something
Airbnb on that bitch.
yeah, definitely gonna talk about it, see what he has in mind. Because I think, because he was like, just do minute long entrances, like just do the entrance. Just play them out. He's like, play everybody out. It's all original shit. Don't have to worry about anything. And I was like, fuck yeah, brother. I mean, sounds good to me. Brother, 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 brother,
Brother,
brother,
brother,
brother, brother, brother, brother, brother.
brother,
Which basically mean 17 brothers means yes. 18 brothers
brother,
means
brother,
maybe.
brother, 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 brother.
uh, Sammy's fucking cool, man.
Yeah. So Sammy's the best, but a
He's
couple few
good.
matches to talk about really quick. We got to go through this pretty fast.
Couple few.
Um, I feel like the one that delivered the most was the Zella Pro Women's title match, actually.
I feel like I got the most buzz. That's for sure.
Lainey versus Kylie versus Shotzi. It's good to see Kylie. It was good to see Kylie back.
Yeah, dude, what a trip, man. To see Kylie back. And she looked good. She looked happy.
She
She
looked
looked
in
good,
great shape too.
motivated. She looked phenomenal. Motivated. Um, and that pop, the pop, nothing compared to the next day. The pop she got at Bound for Glory, but man, she looked great though. She was just so energetic, ready to take it on. I loved it.
Yeah, it
And
was fantastic.
yeah, definitely a highlight match, no doubt, no doubt. What
Uh,
else?
you know what? The triple threat also Blake Christian versus Alex Zane and Mark Wheeler.
Hmm.
Oh man, that was fantastic.
Yes.
It was it was good play on some stories. I felt that really delivered because I feel like the show didn't really hit its stride because it was like stop go, and then
Yeah.
they just kind of just had a bunch of matches in a row, and the crowd was finally able to like get into a show because it was very stop go.
That's what I was, and that's why I was kind of like, you guys should stick to the intermission. That way, people know they can do all the stop part in one shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That way, they'll know there's an intermission to go do all this at instead
Well,
of
because they
stop.
also had like Jimmy Jacobs doesn't know, and then they had the
Hmm.
Scott D'Amore Don Callis interview, and
And then, they had the Ken Shamrock one too. In between that,
oh man, that was fantastic. Anything with Shamrock, you know me.
that guy's had a tough life, man. He had a really tough life.
Bro, like, dude, just anything with Shamrock. I'm just constantly marking out forward. I let everybody know.
Total star. Like the boys, the HEMI boys were starstruck, especially Tim. He was like, "Holy fuck, man!" Like Ken Shamrock's like cool. Like he wants to meet us. I was
Yeah,
like,
like when I went upstairs and I realized Ken is eating, and he said hi. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna bother you. You got food in front of you. And he goes, no, you're not bothering, and all that stuff. I was just like, yeah, no, but I just gave him a fist bump. I was like, yeah, you're eating. I'm not gonna shake your hand.
yeah, super nice though. Cool as shit.
Dude, Ken always gives time. Like I asked Ken, I'm like, hey, can you get in gear early so we can get promo pics? And he was one of the first guys ready.
Yeah, they see you can tell he's a pro, man. Just a good dude.
He
You know,
he
fucking
just he just gets it.
yeah, it's true. It's very true. He does
At,
get it.
at WWE, you have to get ready super early.
Just walk around in gear, right? I always used to find it funny. People used to tell me like back in the day, like Randy Savage would literally be in his wrestling getup like 24/7 because like that, like dude would just go out like that.
That's
But,
crazy.
yeah, it was Scott Hall interview. He's like, dude, he would just show up to the bar in his shit, like constantly.
Talk about living the gimmick, brother.
Dude, oh my old doorman at my building used to work security at Dominic's near O'Hare Airport, grocery store for anybody who doesn't know. And they had the liquor section. He goes, dude, they would get out of the show on the way back to the O'Hare Air hotels. And he goes, one time they stopped, two limos pull up to the Dominic's. And he goes, the whole NWO fucking pours out. This is 1998. They all pour out, right? And he's like, Randy Savage is marching up and down. He's like, where's the booze? Where's the booze? You know, and like going up and down. He's like, he's fucking walking, like he's walking the ring, tassels on his thing. He's wearing his fucking getup. And he's like, we stopped serving at this time, whatever. And he's like, where can I get some? Where can I get some? You know, and he tells him where to go around there. He goes, thanks, brother. Appreciate that.
Thinking,
you know, and
thinking.
And he goes, yeah, but like the scene, it was like fucking rock stars. He goes, I shit you not. He goes, two fucking stretch limos pull up. The whole NWO pours out and descends upon this Dominic's looking for booze with Randy Savage leading the way. Like, you know, because he grew up in Chicago. He's like, I know Dominic's, you know, it's right back here. You know, he's fucking rolling around and shit. Dude, the scene is ridiculous. Just thinking of how he was just in costume, chilling.
Good stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know what we're talking about. Got distracted.
We were talking about Impact.
No, yeah. What part? We were just so distracted. Savage being in character 20%.
Oh, I don't know how we got to that. But let's actually get to the actual pay-per-view.
BFG.
Bound for Glory.
Podium, great crowd. Support. You know what I liked about this crowd? Actually, I don't know if let's say liked, but I liked that they bought tickets. But so many of the snobby Chicago fans who I have seen for years who didn't give a shit to Impact were there, and I was like, they were all fucking front row at these shows, and most of them were front fucking row too. Yeah. Titanium tickets, man. Then I was like.
No, there wasn't actually a lot of the Chicago guys with titaniums. They were front row. There's a difference between front row and titanium.
Okay.
So titanium gets you
all weekend, yeah.
Well, no. Titanium for Bound for Glory gets you like VIP photos and stuff like that. And it was a lot of the Impact guys. And it was funny because Anton fucking shows up late. And dude, so this guy, he's like one of the few Impact people that will travel around to like all the shows, no matter where they're at.
Which one's
Vegas, New York, Philly, Dallas. It doesn't matter. I've seen this guy everywhere.
Oh, wait, hold on.
The big black guy.
Black dude, right? Yeah. Oh, dude, that guy's a big listener of my pod, and I missed him. He was like, I was there. I was like, dude, why'd you fucking find us? Literally sitting 2 rows in front of J-Bone, never turned around.
No. Oh, you never introduced me to J-Bone.
You didn't meet him?
No.
Oh, fuck.
You're a horrible friend.
Oh my god. I thought you met him.
No, I never met J-Bone. I only met Kyle.
Oh man, seriously? Shit.
Yeah, I met Kyle in New York.
Yeah, we told that story on the last pod.
So, Anton, he comes in like super late, like right before pre-show starts, and I go, "What the like? You know the business by now, like you know what to do." He goes, "Bro, I got lost."
He just flew in that day. I think that's what it was. He just came to the airport. He
was at All Glory.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Yeah, I saw him at All Glory, and so we were all just giving him shit. I was like, "No VIP photos for you, bro."
Oh man.
I was like, because he already missed it. But speaking of VIP photos, there's this fan at AEW who always brings his daughter Dina, and she's a little girl who he brings up to stay. He like will sit on the balcony next to Sarah.
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
And I saw her there, and I was like, you know what? If I have powers of pull, I'm gonna use them for pull for good. And I talked to Ross. I was like, Ross, can we get her up there? And he goes, yeah, yeah, of course. So I get Dina up there, and she takes the pictures with all the knockouts, and like all the knockouts got down super low because she's a little 4-year-old girl.
I love
So,
that. I
oh
love
man,
that.
she loved it, and
I love that kid's gonna look back on that very fondly. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah.
cool.
And no, I mean, anytime I see like, there's certain kids I like to see at AEW who I always make sure that like they know they're not like outcasted because they're super young and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I want them to feel comfortable coming to wrestling.
Hmm.
So like I saw Dina, and then in between the matches, Dina runs up to the barricade, and I give her a hug when they were doing like there was like a vignette or something showing.
Hmm.
So I gave Dina a hug ringside and all that stuff. And I was so happy for her.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome. No, that's cool. I love when like little kids are super into it.
yeah, it's the best. Um, but what were your some of your favorite matches from Bound for Glory?
Oh man, the ladder match was very exciting. Did not see the winner coming. I did not think Ace was going to take it.
Yeah,
I liked the ladder match a lot. Big fan of that. I enjoyed the gauntlet just because I love surprises. You know, you gotta love a Royal Rumble type of match. You know, countdown, who is next kind of thing. Those are always fun.
yeah,
Big fan of that. I love the main. To me, I think the main was lived up to everything. Result aside, which I thought was going to go the other way, but phenomenal. I think
man.
it totally redeemed Brian Cage's title run.
Elgin and
Uh,
Marufuji.
Elegant and Marufuji was a match that if you don't understand early 90s All Japan wrestling, you probably didn't get it.
Oh, the match was fantastic.
It was such a build. Like I saw, it's funny because like okay, so I'll give you perfect context. I was there with the HEMI guys, and Tim turns to me. He's like, "Are these guys not as popular?" And I was like, "Why do you think that?" And he goes, "Everybody's so quiet. You know, it's slow and they're quiet." I'm like, "But this," I'm like, "So here's the deal. This is a build match. You build within the match. That's the idea.
Yeah,
You literally build odds." I said, "Why?" I said, "Pay attention to the last like 5 to 8 minutes of this match, and you'll see what it means." Dude, I literally watched the guy who had no idea who those two were, what kind of style that was. Literally watched him go from like, I'm not sure what to think about this to holy fuck, who is gonna win this? Because like you just you that's the art of that type of match is
I love
building
Tim getting
that.
into wrestling. It's my favorite thing ever.
He used to like it back in the day, you know, he was in.
I no, but I love hearing the story, but like because I know when Tim gets excited, he gets really excited about things.
Yeah, he does. He
But
definitely
man, that ladder match was fantastic.
the match was really good.
Uh,
Very well paced. It was awesome.
it was great. Do you know what? I'm kind of okay. So with Shamrock and Moose, I gotta say it was overbooked. I don't need. I didn't. That match did not need Frank Trigg in there. Like Moose could have cheated all on his own.
Yes, I
I don't.
agree.
I
That
think just
muddied it up.
because I think just because Shamrock is an MMA guy, you don't need Frank Trigg in there. It was cool to have Frank Trigg and Stephen Bonner at in Vegas because it's
Yes,
Vegas and it's MMA capital.
right.
But for Chicago, I did not need it.
And Trigg just looked he looked awkward when he did that run in. I
Yeah,
didn't
it
think,
was. It just wasn't. It just didn't need it. Moose could have cheated on his own. I really feel
yeah,
like Moose could have cheated and won that match on his own. And I mean, Shamrock performed well.
he did. He was slower. It was methodical. My only gripe with Shamrock in that match is I wish he put the ankle lock on with more dynamic to it because he just kind of slipped it on,
Yeah,
and I wanted him to like because he did emphasize leading up that how he does it a lot more snug than Kurt Angle and how he does it is different. I wanted him to like because he put it on so early in the match. It was like in the first 3 minutes. Like he had it on at one point, even though Moose got out of it. I'm like, and he casually put in. I was like, oh man,
I was expecting the grapevine to come in. I was like, damn it.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like it was not as dynamic as I hoped it would have been, for for that moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Sammy and Cage, that was awesome. There was a lot of violence in that match, dude. Cage coming out in
the
the Weapon
Wolverine,
X Wolverine that he had from the shirt design,
dude, that
and
was
then use the
interesting.
Wolverine claws to cut open Sammy.
That was so cool. It was so wrestling, but so cool. I
It was so
loved it,
dope.
man.
I loved it. It was
I
awesome.
loved. He looked phenomenal coming out. It was cool. It was like I loved how much everybody invested in their gear. Everybody had new fucking gear.
Everybody had gear. Everybody had new
I
gear.
love
Dude,
that shit though.
North had green gear. Taya had the orange. Tennille had new gear. Um, let
Dude,
me see. Elgin had insane gear.
Elegant and new gear.
AC
Fuck
AC
Moose,
Romero had new gear.
Moose,
Daga had
bro.
Moose had new gear.
Oh my god, the bro
Daga
Moose.
had new gear. Tessa had new gear. Shamrock had technically he had new gear.
Technically, yeah, he had new gear.
Sammy had new gear. Cage had new gear. Like everybody had good gear.
I love that. I love when you invest in yourself. I love that they bring that importance to it. I was like, this is Bound for Glory. We're gonna have new gear. I gotta say, it did, despite Impact slowing down on the hype after like the ticket sales got to a certain point. I felt I felt the crew made a bigger deal out of it, and I like that. They did a lot of hype on the crew side to make emphasize like this is a big fucking deal. This is Bound for
I
Glory.
was
Like,
hyping it like crazy still, even after it sold out.
dude, yeah, you have to because that then you hype the sellout. That's the idea. Hype the fucking sellout. It was cool, man. It was fun. I love investing in gear. I love the raindrop screen. It was beautiful. I'm a big fan of the raindrop screen. I think that looks really nice. Remember that impact screen that had like the 3 part, like it would kind of shift. It was like a Rubik's Cube. Remember that one? It would,
You're talking about down in Orlando.
they toured it too, I remember.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're
It was
talking about when they had like the long Titantron.
yeah, and it was 3 parts, and it would like Rubik's Cube
That
itself.
was when they had the stairs. You would walk up
Mm-mm.
for the
This is
entrance. It
different.
was like stairs.
I'm trying to remember. But
Hold on, let me look.
it was like a 3 part screen,
Okay,
and
hold on.
it would shift around. It was
Hold on.
cool.
I could have sworn that was at the impact zone.
They toured it too. That's what I remember about it. But the screen looked good. Everything, it was cool, man. It was fun. They had fresh turnbuckles. Everything looked good. Everything looked nice. Fans were into it. Everybody went home pretty happy. What I thought was interesting? As big as Sammy is in Chicago, huge pop for Cage to retain, which I did not expect. I thought I'm
He's a
like,
good
oh,
guy.
I know, but Chicago's smarky crowd. I was like, oh, they're gonna shit on this. But they fucking popped. They popped that retention. But I think it was such a good match that it didn't matter. People that weren't like, oh fuck. It was a good fucking match. It almost didn't matter
Yeah.
who won. Yeah. No, that was definitely a blast. Like I said, I went to the after party. Everybody's in a good mood. That was a good thing. Moose was there. Hard to kill t-shirt on. Can I just say also that Impact's next pay-per-view is Hard to Kill. And
I love it.
my favorite action hero is Steven Seagal, who has a movie called Hard to Kill. And the fact that Impact Wrestling and Steven Seagal worlds are colliding, basically I am the happiest kid in school.
Yeah.
Because I love Hard to Kill as a movie.
I want to shoot that pay-per-view. So Impact has had technically 5 pay-per-views this year. There was
Including yeah.
Homecoming, United We Stand was technically a pay-per-view because it
Yeah.
was a pay-per-view. Rebellion, Slammiversary, and Bound for Glory, and I shot 4 of the 5. which is pretty crazy.
You only missed Rebellion, right?
Rebellion because that was Canada.
Damn. And I'm sure if you pushed, you probably could have taken it too.
Eh, I respect entry of space.
Honestly, though, dude, I wish you did that one because I saw the photos of that one, and you do good in dark rooms like that. It was dark room lit like lit. It was like a Bourbon Street type of thing, right?
Yeah,
Dark room lit ring. You would have done really good with that one because that's like a big specialty of yours.
I love specialty lighting stuff like that. Like I feel like I do. I feel like I do.
Visually, it was my favorite one this year. A
Rebellion. Well, yeah,
Rebellion.
because that
I
building
love.
itself is amazing.
Oh my God, so
I
good.
I it wasn't my favorite pay-per-view though. I feel like Slammiversary was the best pay-per-view this year.
Lamb was a home run, no doubt.
Slam was the best, and I you know what? Rebellion would have been a better pay-per-view if it wasn't so many similar spots.
Oh, I know. Everybody went off that goddamn ramp. Everybody wanted to go off the ramp.
That stupid ramp and Spanish flies everywhere.
Yeah. I loved Rebellion though, but yeah, I agree. It was last summer's, but Slam was the show of the year. I would say it's the perfect show. 2 years in a row, I think Slam stole the show or stole the year, and followed. I was the second. I'd put Homecoming because
Yeah,
Homecoming was
Homecoming,
awesome.
Homecoming was good, and then Bound for Glory. I don't really consider United We Stand as like I'm just considering the four.
Yeah, United Stand was a nice little like Thursday night deal. Kind of like a little add on to the whole thing, but it was it was what it is. It was what it was, right? That's all I could say about United We Stand.
Yeah,
But I enjoyed. I liked Homecoming a lot. Homecoming had a lot of nostalgia though, being where it was, some of the throwback, like the opening to it, like that. All that was so like holy shit. We're actually in the fucking asylum, watching Impact. That was cool.
yeah,
My gripe with Homecoming though is that I really think it was a hugely missed opportunity to not have at least one guy from that era make an appearance, or like a handful of guys. And
yeah,
Chris Harris was backstage for fuck's sake. Storm lives 2 hours away. You can have, not even, Storm was an hour away. You can have them just come out. You imagine the pop that would have gotten if fucking AMW walked out? Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, things like that would have been really cool. Like, Kid Cash lives in Tennessee. Why not? Just have a handful of guys, like, come out. Get a little ovation. Raven was there, you know? Like, that would have been cool.
yeah. But I mean, it still focuses on the current product. You can't take away too much from the current guys who
No,
are
just
working.
just just a little like nod to the asylum.
No, I get it, but you got to remember pay-per-views. Pay-per-views, like I know you're a huge story guy, but pay-per-views is all about the wrestling.
It's true. It's the
People
culmination.
people don't pay for People don't pay to watch stories. That's what TV is for.
True. Who
So I mean,
no Hall.
when you put stuff that isn't wrestling, you're taking away from the matches that you're taking time away from the matches that should have the time to explain a story within the match, to explain the 2 months of stories, 2 or 3 months of stories that built up to that match.
True. Also, no Hall of Fame this year, huh?
No,
No, no Hall of
there
Fame.
was none. I just realized, damn.
They didn't do it, and I think that's interesting. I wonder why. I mean, because they had all the. You could have easily done it at Prelude or All Glory. Part of the Fan Fest.
Could have.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily just made a thing, had them come out, present it, get the video clip, get the photo, kind of, and have them just come out for a nod at BFG. But yeah, no, I was surprised because last year you had Abyss, but this year nothing. So it's kind of shocking that they didn't do that. But maybe they're getting away from it, or maybe they wanted to like space it out by a year, or just to kind of let it breathe. Because
Very possible.
quite a few. I mean, dude, the company's is on the better part of 20 years almost. There's a lot of names that can go into that if they really
Yeah.
want to like make it. I think you know what it is. And this might be a smart move if they're doing this. You kind of pull back on it a little bit, and then come back at it with make it feel more important, make it a thing.
Yeah.
Like don't just put one guy in a year, maybe put like three. It won't hurt. You guys can do that, like because I think that's kind of what sometimes I know what like Dixie's idea was initially the one at a time because it focuses on one guy, and that's nice. It's like you're the center of attention. But I think in the fans' eyes, especially when WWE puts in like 10, people are looking at the impacts, and you guys have a lot of names. Like you can make it. Having more people makes a bigger deal out of it. That's
Yeah.
the idea.
Well, it's a whole event, and I mean it sells
Yeah,
tickets and stuff like that too.
yeah. So I'd like to see them go at it with a different approach next year. That'd be kind of cool because there's so many names you could put in. Fucking Jerry Lynn, going right away. You put, like low key, I'd put in immediately.
You would
Raven.
put Low Key in the Hall of Fame?
I would, dude. Early TNA, Low key had a very important part in
No,
early
but I
TNA.
know, but I wouldn't put Low Key in the Hall of Fame.
I would. Jerry Lynn, could go. Jerry Lynn, of course.
James Storm,
James Storm, Chris Harris, no doubt. Elix Skipper,
Monty
um,
Brown.
Monty fucking Brown. Oh my God, the biggest. I hope this thing with Moose works out.
God, give me Monty Brown versus Moose so
Oh
bad.
man, Moose is already
That needs
trying,
to happen at Hard to Kill.
dude. I was talking to you. Sorry, Rohit Raju. I was talking to him, and he runs into Monty at the gym all the
Yeah.
time. They live in the same town, and he's like, "Bro, he's fucking jacked. Still, he's fucking jacked. Like he could go right now." I was like, "Fucking tell his ass, man." I think he just wants the call. But can we agree that Monty? There's two things that have a Monty Brown. Number one, Jarrett totally fucked him by not putting him over at what was it?
Jarrett, when he was NWA champion, was essentially what everyone thought Triple H was in like early
Yep.
2000s.
Jarrett fucked more wrestlers than athletic commissions.
Jesus Christ.
No, he should have put over Monty for the title. That one pay-per-view. That's where it fell when he didn't put Monty over. He wasn't ready. And then Monty got pissed and went to WWE, and nothing happened. And then he had a family thing and he left. And I was like, fuck, can you imagine if Jarrett put him over? Like, it'd be such a different story. The guy was so fucking ready. So fucking ready.
He was very ready.
Oh, he was so... I mean, here's the thing. Maybe at the time we didn't see it, but man, you look back at Monty Brown now, you're like, this motherfucker had something different, man. He was so different for 2005, 2000. Like this, there was something very special about that guy, and it's like unreplicated. He was like in his own zone.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm looking? I'm looking at the Hall of Fame right now,
Mhm.
and it's like a death curse. It's like they had like the Impact, the Impact
Yeah.
Hall of Fame has the Madden curse of Impact. Like you get put in the Hall of Fame, and you're like, okay, guys, we're going to WWE. Like, dude,
Yeah.
Team 3D, Sting, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, Earl Hebner, Abyss. The only one who stayed is Gail Kim.
Gail Kim, yeah.
But everyone else is like, yeah, fuck this place. We got our Hall of Fame. Bye.
I think some of those names they knew were going. That's why it's like, let's just get them in. I know, like for sure, 210%, 3D Sting and Angle was a way to get them in before WWE got them in. Because like we got them, let's just put them in ours. 110%. All those guys are still active when they went in. So
I'm happy about on the Impact website. They updated the graphics for them, so now they all just say Impact Hall of Fame. They don't say TNA.
Nice. Those details help, man. Those details do make a difference.
Like I always take a look at the Impact website just to.
Yeah, let me take a look at it right now. Let's see.
But
Kylie
right.
front and center, baby. Kylie front and center.
I know.
We're looking to wrap. Was that? All right, let's get the plugs in. Upcoming
events. Yeah, we got to wrap this up. We're at 120.
All right, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up here. Basil, you got a busy week coming up again. That never ends. What do you got coming up? What's going on? Tell people where they can find you.
Friday night, I got freelance wrestling at the Logan Square Auditorium. And then I have freelance underground on Saturday in Joliet, Illinois.
Very
So
nice. And where can people find you online?
on Instagram and Twitter at BZ, that's a B, two E's, four Z's, and a Y. And you can find all my photos at basilmahmood.com. That's BASILMAHMUD.com. And where could they find you, Trent?
You guys can find me at Vanilla Joke on Instagram and Twitter, and HEMI Music, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Connect up with us, me and us there. Also, don't forget, guys, you can connect with the show on social media on Facebook and Twitter at the BSB Show. And I'm happy to announce, I think, I mean, I shouldn't say happy to announce. I'm assuming, Basil, the Instagram. Did you start posting to that? Are we ready to go? I didn't get the login. Are we good?
Sir, I had a busy weekend. 1,200 photos, 3 shows, so many promo pictures.
Okay. And so when can we expect this?
Upcoming events.
When can we expect the Instagram?
Next week.
Next week. Okay, next week it is. You know, we are coming up, guys. This is episode number 50. 2 more till not a year anniversary, but a year's worth of podcasting coming up in about 2 more episodes. So stay tuned for that, guys. Don't forget, you can find this show wherever podcasts are found: Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and YouTube. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. Let everybody know what you're listening to. Clearly, like it's conversational podcasting by 2 guys in the business. We work behind the scenes. We're up front. We know a lot going on. Our perspective is, while it might be our own, Basil, it is still a perspective of production. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
He's tired, guys. He's tired. He's ready to fall. Basil's falling asleep on me. It's late. He works a lot. He is broken. He's a very broken man. Let's go and let the kid go. Guys, we'll be back with you next week. We'll break down Basil's freelance show, my birthday, which is Saturday, October 26th. PayPal me gifts or something. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Amazon wish list. Should I get my Amazon wish list up?
Yeah, get a wish list, kid.
All right, I'm gonna get a wish list, kid. I will get a wish list. You guys can smother me with wrestling shit if you want. I'll get that going. No, I won't. All right, guys. We'll be celebrating this weekend. There'll be some fun. We'll get back to you guys next week. I'm going to be in Denver, Basil, starting Wednesday. So we got to get this episode laid down like Tuesday. So
damn.
Early recording, man. We got to get that in. So let's do that. And other than that, Basil, did I miss anything else?
No.
All right. Then say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.